Hello! I'd like to share with you something that's added a tremendous amount of enjoyment to our life. When we were in Los Angeles recently, we stopped by Ron Teeguarden's Dragon Herbs, and we picked up this Desktop Botanical Garden. It consists of a high-quality glass teapot and a base that holds a tea candle light. And this is incredibly useful. We use it every day. I'll show you how we use it. First of all, we usually add herbal elixirs to tea. And the best tea that I've discovered in the entire world is called Spring Dragon Longevity Tea. The base is Gynostema, which is an herb from China, and they found that the people who lived in the area where it grows have tremendous longevity. It's a double direction adaptogenic herb. So you can purchase Spring Dragon Longevity Tea from Ron Teeguarden's Dragon Herbs. And one thing I want to point out is that I don't work for Dragon Herbs. I just use their herbs in my daily life because I respect the fact that Ron Teeguarden sells the highest quality herbs that you can find anywhere in the world. So let's put a bag of Spring Dragon tea into this teapot. Now, Spring Dragon tea has no caffeine. So if I'm making herbal elixir drinks for people that don't want caffeine, I use just straight Spring Dragon tea. However, sometimes we also would like to have a little bit of caffeine. So in that case, I would add some of this fine oolong tea from Taiwan. We also drink a lot of pu'er tea, and pu'er comes from Yunnan province in China. The reason we drink it is that it's very good for your digestion. Now, let me explain why I'm putting the tea in the teapot. I could just simply place it right in the Desktop Botanical Garden. However, the beauty of this Desktop Botanical Garden is that you can let teas brew all day long. While you're at work, you could have this on your desktop at work or in your kitchen. If I were to put the tea directly in here, then that tea would be brewing for a very long time. It might become a little bitter. So what we do is we put our tea in a separate teapot, brew it like this, and then what we'll do is once that's brewed, we'll add it to the Desktop Botanical Garden. However, you might want to just put a package of Spring Dragon tea right into the Desktop Botanical Garden. Let's let this brew for a moment here. Now, what we also do sometimes is we add herbs like Schizandra, goji berries, or longan to the Desktop Botanical Garden. And I'll show you how we do that. Now that this has been steeping for a while, I can add it to the glass pot. Now, you can add a little bit, if you choose, of raw herbs to the Desktop Botanical Garden. This is Schizandra. Ron Teeguarden's Taoist herbal teacher, Master Sunjen Park from Korea, believed that Schizandra was the #1 herb in the world because it nourishes all three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen. Qi is your everyday energy, Jing is your primordial energy, and Shen is spirit. goji berries. We can add a little goji berries to our tea here. And let's add another herb that we love. This is a Shen tonic. Shen tonics are herbs that the Taoist and the Buddhist masters used for hundreds and hundreds of years in Asia to enhance their spiritual development. This is albizia flower. One of my favorites. It's a Shen tonic. It adds a calming effect. Finally, we'll put a little longan in there. Longan is a very beneficial herb that the Chinese have used for hundreds of years. So now we have some raw herbs in here. You might not choose to add raw herbs, but you can go to Chinatown or places like that and acquire these herbs. Some people don't want to put the raw herbs in, but they may want to add tinctures. And this is what we do. There are two tinctures that we consider an essential part of our daily herbal regimen. And the most important one is called 8 Immortals. 8 Immortals is my favorite tincture in the world. It contains wild Chinese and American ginseng roots, dwanwood and wild reishi, Tibetan rhodiola that grows at the snow line in Tibet, Himalayan cordyceps, also that grows very high in the Himalayas, Schizandra fruit, goji berries, snow lotus, which also grows at the snow line in the Himalayas, and hoshowu. All of those are some of the best tonic herbs in the world. The Chinese tonic herbs are nature's superstars. The Chinese developed the knowledge of herbs more than any culture on earth. For thousands of years, they documented the effects of herbs. Literally hundreds and hundreds of herbs. However, the tonic herbs are a subset of all of those hundreds of herbs. They really consist of about 50 herbs, and these are the superstars. The Chinese called them the superior herbs because they have no negative side effects, and they can be used to your benefit every single day of your life. So the Chinese for thousands of years have actually cooked with these herbs. They are amazing. They promote health, longevity, and enlightenment. So the way that we would add the tincture is we would just squeeze a dropper and squirt it into the Desktop Botanical Garden. We always like to add a little Schizandra and goji, simply because Schizandra is such an amazing herb, and goji is also. So we can add a little Schizandra and goji just to enhance our elixir a little bit here. And then the other formula that we consider an essential part of our daily herbal regimen is called Shaolin Inner Power. Tara and I accompanied Ron Teeguarden and Michael Beckwith and Gabriel Cousins to the Shaolin Temple in China in 2012. And we weren't simply going as tourists. Ron actually had been invited by the abbot of the monastery to produce for the first time for the public ancient Shaolin herbal formulas. And this is the product that came from that visit. Shaolin Inner Power. So Shaolin Inner Power and 8 Immortals are the two formulas that we consider absolute essentials in our daily herbal program. And the reason is that of the 8 supertonic herbs in 8 Immortals, 3 of them are Tibetan rhodiola, Himalayan cordyceps, and snow lotus, an amazing herb. And of the many ingredients in Shaolin Inner Power, one of them is chaga. So by taking both of these formulas on a daily basis, we're really getting a very broad spectrum of supertonic herbs. I'll tell you what's in Shaolin Inner Power. Red jujube date, astragalus root, wild reishi mushroom, chaga, hoshawu, euphomia, polygala, morinda root, and licorice root. This is an amazing formula. So the way I would add the Shaolin Inner Power is I would just take about a teaspoonful and add that to the tea. You know, I believe that we live in a very exciting time where we can benefit from the best of the ancient and the best of the modern. One of the reasons that I love this Shaolin Inner Power so much is not only because it comes from the Shaolin Temple where monks have been using this formula for hundreds of years, but also because it is made using something called FIT, F-I-T-T. FIT stands for Fingerprint Identical Transfer Technology. It's a proprietary extraction technology that captures the original phytochemical profile of a botanical and transfers it accurately and safely into a final extraction, thereby preserving the actual color, aroma, and taste of the original plant. This is something completely new in the world, something that we can benefit from by combining the ancient and the modern. So what I love about this Shaolin Inner Power is that it's an ancient formula from the Shaolin Temple that has been produced using the absolute most modern technology to get the most out of these herbs for your daily benefit. So now we have our tea brewing. We've added some of the raw herbs, and we've also added a few of the tinctures. But you might choose to simply add the raw herbs, or you might simply want to add the tinctures or the powder, or you might just want to use it simply to brew tea. Either way, it's fantastic. So now it's been cooking for a while. Let's pour a cup and enjoy it. Wow, simply divine.
Ooh.